Segment is sponsored by the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency. Join us in preserving and protecting Tennessee's wildlife. All right, welcome back, everyone. We're going to open up our phone lines here for you. 615-737-7767, which is we got a full gambit here of what we talk about.
That's right. We'll talk about whatever you want. Just give us a call.
Hey, legal, illegal, it doesn't matter.
No, wait a minute. Hold. I got a job to keep at Nash Marine. You know, I
that's
sell
right.
boats
That's
about
right. Yeah, by the way, tell where you do work. I mean,
Nash Marine. Y'all come by Nash Marine, 3450 Highway 109 North, Lebanon, Tennessee.
Who owns that? Kevin Meeks?
Oh my goodness. David McMurray's the owner. Eddie Robinson, Josh, Melvin, Travis, Hot Rod, Bob.
Eddie.
We're all there waiting on y'all. If you need anything, just call us. We're there.
Where do you work, Bubba?
I work for Summit Constructors in Nashville. I'm a heavy equipment operator.
I thought he was going to say Wilson County Jail.
He's a Dayton.
That's his weekend residence.
That's weekend. That's my summer home.
You got a lot of projects going on too, though.
Yeah, we've got stuff everywhere.
So construction is really going good here in Nashville.
Yes, sir.
It is.
Lots of people. Man, I tell you what, a lot of people moving in. I want to ask you, we're losing habitat here. That's,
no.
It's gotten to where it's...
right now, beside the house, there's 42 acres going up. They've done had the hearing. It's right in the middle of Mount Juliet. They're fixing to put 310 townhomes, fixing to wipe out 42 more acres of lush, beautiful forest, deer, rabbit, squirrels, flowers, another pavement project.
Yep.
And everybody wonders where the turkey are going.
Yeah.
And while the wind blows all spring.
Yeah.
That's
There's
right.
no trees.
I don't know why the trees ain't working. We're bulldozing them all down, but they still don't work.
Can't figure it out.
I don't understand.
But I say that because all of a sudden here lately, and I'm just saying here lately, the last 2 or 3 years, have you ever in your life seen so much erosion control?
No.
And I think it's because our people, our biologists and everything are working hard to make sure that our lakes and streams and rivers remain the type of quality we've been maintaining all along. And just, I have noticed though, there's these ecosystems going up, the whatever, the black sheeting and all that, to keep all that stuff from eroding. And I gotta say, I like that idea. I like what's going on. I like what people are trying to do.
They're making as good of an effort as they can.
Yes.
And you know, and I do. I like that as well. It's not ever going to be perfect, but it does certainly help with erosion, which we have a lot more of that now.
But as long as you know this, as long as there's a demand for people moving to Nashville, there's going to be supply.
That's right.
So
and it'll just keep on moving up the interstate. You know, it doesn't matter. They're not. You know, it'll just keep on coming.
I think Nashville's fixing to take Mount Juliet on into Lebanon. It'll be just a suburb of Nashville, and I think it's going to go.
It's just going to keep rolling.
Murfreesboro's going to catch up with Nashville.
We've got a caller here. Who do we have?
JC, how can we help you tonight?
Yes, a gentleman sitting down on me in the rocking chair. I thought y'all called him David. I'd like to ask him where man catch some crappie at.
Dayton, Blair.
Well, what you need to do is, Old Hickory, you probably can find some more little deeper boat docks, use some minnow slip floats, 3 to 8 foot, maybe some deeper brush. This muddy water's come into a lot of the creeks, so the back of the creeks are chocolate milk right now, and it's going to pull, they're going to pull the lake, so it's going to pull on out of the creek. So, man, it's just going to be kind of hit and miss unless you get to a reservoir like Priest versus Old Hickory or Center Hill, to where you can still get a little bit of clear water. That's pretty much about it. Stay close to the river channel, but you're kind of jacked right now on this muddy water unless you stay down the lake. Natural structure more than brush piles. I like to fish natural stumps and rock structure, standing timber, stuff like that.
We hope that helps you, JC.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right, until other phone calls start coming in. The turkey, back to turkey real quick. A lot of people want to find out, how close do you get to birds once you've roosted them? And I'm talking about, like tomorrow, most guys and gals will go out there and roost their birds. They want to know about where the section of the farm or the ranch they're in. They'll roost them, come Saturday morning on opening day, how close do you want to get to them, Bubba?
I want to get under them if I can without spooking them. I'll get as close as I think I can without them knowing I'm there.
Now, do you use a light and all that? I want to get all this out. I want people to understand what's going on here.
No, sir. You shouldn't use a light.
I don't think you should either.
I don't even like using a light deer hunting except for during bow season and me and my spear of spiders. I have shrieked like a banshee and a schoolgirl all at the same time because a spider get on my face. Sometimes you just got to put your man britches on and go on through it.
That's right.
Turn your light on and keep rolling.
Yeah.
I'm going to need some help with the show. I'm going to tell you that. Okay. Still.
I try to get within 50 to 100 yards.
See, that's what I'm looking for. If you can get within 75 to 100 yards is what I like. Now, do you set up in the woods or do you set up on the edge? Because
I like setting up on field edges.
I do too. Because what happens, tell us, I mean, because naturally a bird, when he comes off the roost, flies.
Yeah, he'll pitch down or he'll fly or he'll shoot straight down the tree.
But don't they like looking to see where they're going to land to make sure there's not coyotes over there or buzzards?
They want to go to an open space as quick as they can. Yeah, they can see out there and make sure nothing's waiting on them. But, I mean, that's the biggest thing. And they're going to get down there in that open area.
Because Bubba will pounce on them like a puma.
I will puma pounce one in a heartbeat.
Yeah, puma pounce them.
And he has. That's what I hear anyway.
Did you choke one out?
He'd be like that guy on that video we watched earlier, them turkeys attacking him.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And don't think that they don't now.
Oh, I know it.
They can. They can get very aggressive this time of year. This is their breeding cycle. Bubba, what about the fan? Fluffed out.
Truthfully, I've never tried it.
Are you going to?
If I can get on a spot that I know there ain't nobody else and there's not a real good chance of me getting shot in the hiney, yeah, I'd try it.
Okay.
But generally, I'll have a real fan that I keep on my gobbler decoy if I use him. You just got to know your birds. I hunted the spot in Gladeville, which is now a warehouse, sadly. But
Mustard Gladeville is.
Mustard Gladeville's a warehouse.
I hunted the spot there. If you used a gobbler decoy, they'd come in silent, and they'd get there till they could see the decoy, and then all of a sudden they turned into sprinters. They were gone.
They're gone.
And even on a hen decoy, they'd come in a little freaky, little skittish.
How do you check their temperature and how they're going to react? How do you do that?
Just depends on my mood. A lot of times I'm a lazy turkey hunter. I'll get in a spot and park and watch them through binoculars, because that way, one, I can see what I need to see and watch them if there's gobblers interacting, if they're acting like buddies talking about women, or if they ready to brawl.
Yeah.
But I'll sit there as far as I can away without encroaching on their territory and getting them all spooky and watch them through binoculars. And then if I see them, sparring or just flat going at it, I know they'll decoy.
Yeah.
But if, one gobbler come in this side of the field and the group you got over here keep their distance, I know you're probably not going to decoy those birds very well. So I'll go in just with some hen decoys.
This is good.
Or no decoy at all and make them come to you.
Do you also like to watch to see how a gobbler's going to react to a jake coming into the flock?
Yeah. I bought me one of those little funky chickens, which is, it's one of the ugliest dad-burnt things you ever saw in your life. He's uglier than homemade sin. And he ain't but about yonder big around. He looks like a tube of cheese.
They work though.
But I have watched buddies of mine videos, and they'll flat flog the dog crap out of this little thing.
We got a caller here.
Joe, how can we help you tonight?
Hey, this is for Dayton. One of his neighbor buddies here, and I just wondered, I got to do some fishing down on Kentucky Lake, and we're going to fish it out of Masons down there. And with all this water coming through, what in the heck can a fella do to try to catch a big bass?
I got one.
I just start running them small bays, running in the back where all them creeks run in to all the bays, the smaller bays. You run in the back of Big Sandy and stuff like that, but if you'll focus on them bays from Paris Landville to Danville Bridge up to New Johnsonville, not the big ones, but just You can see it on a map, most of it, to where the smaller creeks come in, and that's what all I'd hit.
I'll tell you something else.
And
too.
yellow flowers, if you can find any yellow flower,
that's
any
it.
yellow flower you can find,
That's where to fish.
with a spinner bait, go ahead and just try to hit every one of them. Or spook, but mostly just try to find you some run-ins and yellow flowers, because the lake's still down below summer pool, and it's a little while before it comes up. I know we got this rain, but still it's going to be a little while before they bring it back up to summer pool, and they're probably pulling it, so you might get some rattle trap fish too now.
Now right across from Mason's there where the islands are, if you get on the eddy side of those islands, those points, you ought to do pretty good right there too.
And they're biting a red rattle trap.
Yeah, rattle trap. Got to be doing good right now.
Yes, definitely.
Spinner baits.
You may get a few topwater bites, but definitely a spinner bait. Fish every crappie marker you come by. Every crappie marker you see down there, just fish it. There's a bass in every one of them just about.
The thing about Masons is when you back down the ramp, you crank your motor and you pull your boat off, just cut the motor off, start fishing.
That's right, that's right.
That's where you're in them.
All right, Joe.
Thank you, Joe.
All right, thank
See you, buddy. That's good. Joe Reese, his grandson makes those duck calls.
Yes.
And he's really, really good at it too. So
yes.
Want to mention that Joe's a very good friend of ours. Hey, we've got to go and do our tip of the week.
We do. This week's tip of the week is being brought to you by Davison Farmers Co-op. You can go down and see them. They're right there on Dickerson Pike. What, about a mile, I believe it is, off Briley Parkway. You can give them a call, 860-4774.
And we have tonight, here's Dayton.
Hey, tonight's tip of the week, y'all. It's going to be take care of your boat and make sure you got your throw cushions, check your tires, your tie downs, put some new straps on. Make sure you got your life jacket, your registration, your fire extinguisher.
Your insurance card.
Insurance card. Make it easier on the officer if you do get stopped, that he can check you and get to the next people. It's just something that has to be done. Safety, check your kill switch. Make sure you have all the life jackets you need up to date. So that's just the tip of the week. Make sure everybody's safe. Just
check those
wear
dates on
your
those
life jacket.
jackets.
Wear your life jacket.
Yep.
Even though that water temperature is 60 degrees right now, you're like, oh, if I fall out, I can swim. No, you will not.
No.
And you got clothes on, and people do not wear their life jackets enough. They think at 12 o'clock, man, we can just cruise on in. No, accidents happen, and that's, you don't want somebody call your family and say, hey, he fell out, we can't find him. At least with a life jacket on, they can find you. If you've bumped your head, if you've had something go wrong, medical condition, they can find you.
I want to add one more thing to that. If you do not know the lake, don't go running wide open all the time.
Especially
when we
after
went
this
to do
rain.
that crappie piece, we were cringing at a few boats that were wide open.
Some of them were
they didn't realize they were in about 8 inches of water.
Running 60 miles an hour.
Yes. So if you don't know what's there, don't go pushing.
Yeah,
because
that's right.
it's best to go slow, get there and come back.
Exactly.
Than to be out there on a rock going, hey, somebody call Bubba Speaker.
They'd be out of luck because I can't swim that far.
He'd be dinner
And I am currently boatless.
Anyway. Well, we're going to take a break. We'll be back here in just a minute with Mr. Tom Courtney with some more Southern Woods and Waters.
I'm David McMahon.